So, what do I remember from our wedding day? Firstly, Bunny gave us a beautiful wedding that was so much fun with wonderful memories to be treasured. That morning, I wakened to lovely sunshine, which 28th of June doesn't always happen. It was beautiful, couldn't believe it. I arrived at the church with my brother Jerry to a huge crowd outside. In fact, I couldn't see the steps to go in. We were a local family and the first of Bunny's kids was being married and the town turned out. I discovered later that Harry and her best man Donald Coots, they arrived very early, so they wandered over, and those who are Scots will know in Largs, they wandered over to Nardini's for coffee, the two best dressed gents in the cafe. I wondered what to say this evening because I didn't know what Harry was doing. I just know he's been locked in his study for a long time. But I will repeat a little bit because I would like to start by saying how special to have my two sisters who have travelled so far to be here. Both were bridesmaids. Karen was the chief bridesmaid. Take a bow. Cheryl was a baby of 16. Karen and I were slightly older at 20. So I thought perhaps the way to celebrate would be to give a report card on our marriage vows. Wait for it, as Donald would say. So, at the church, maybe not quite so loud as tonight, Harry's voice boomed around the church. I, Henry, take you, Patricia, maybe I'll get other people here, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. His mum Margaret and sister Eleanor were so pleased that everyone could hear loudly, including those outside the church. So, to the vows. From this day forward, well, here we are. 50 years later, number one, ticked off. Note carefully, in the vows, there was nothing about obeying. That might be why we've managed 50 years. For better, for worse. Everybody has troubles in 50 years. You cannot get through it. But we have had way more better than worse. Number two, ticked off. For richer, for poorer, another tick. We started out not affording a honeymoon. We had a taxi from Largs up to Glasgow after the wedding reception to an apartment that Harry had lived in for a couple of years. And his mum, we had a taxi because your mum was beside herself that Harry had a transit van, a green one for carrying motorbikes that had Yamaha on the back. And they came from Highburn Side in Glasgow. You did not have a transit van in that area of Glasgow. So we had a taxi. As Harry carried me over the threshold, he said the words, "Every woman wants to hear." I did change the sheets before I left. 2 days later, he sold a motorbike. Don't fret, he had another two still in the garage. And we bought a dining table and chairs that are round in Wildwood links, and we are still using them. To continue, for richer, for poorer. Forward a number of years to here in the US, Harry left the house one morning and came back with beautiful diamond earrings and a Longines watch for me. I thought he'd gone to the supermarket for milk. So I have to say he has exquisite taste in jewellery, in sickness and in health. Well, in a climbing accident, he smashed his ankle, broke his tibia and fibula, was on crutches for 4 months. Later, over here in the States, he broke all the metatarsals on one foot while motorcycle racing. And when the surgeon came out to say I've pinned them all back together, I said, well, Harry's talking about going to a bike event in 2 weeks. And he went, I don't think so. He fractured his pelvis in Spain, again climbing. And of course, open heart surgery in Scotland. Me, I safely delivered 1 child. 6 pounds 11 ounces. Baby boy. So we're a little out of kilter on this one. However, talking of Andrew, we took a long time to decide to have a family, 10 years, and then it was one and done. However, as Andrew used to say about our farmhouse back home in Scotland, you can't beat perfection. So I hope that Carol agrees on that one.
I do.
I do. To love and to cherish till death do us part. Well, this has to be an A+++. Well, 50 pluses. Some couples say they have never had a crossword in their marriage, and I think that is being very economical with the truth or a very, very dull life. Harry and I have very different opinions on some matters, as you know, but I have never had any doubt that I am loved and cherished. He is my rock. Now, he puts me on a pedestal, which is lovely, but it's scary because I'm terrified of heights. So, it's the extra. I don't get above 5 feet. So what is the report card? I think you will agree that I have to give my darling husband more than a passing grade. He's definitely a keeper. So, to end, and this means we've got it in before the food comes through, I would like to propose a toast to everyone here this evening who means something to us, all in different ways, plus the loved ones who are no longer with us, but cherished in our hearts. So thank you for the support that you have all given us. So cheers.
Cheers.
And here's to the next whatever.
Next whatever. To the next whatever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Donald.
Wonderful.